Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I've decided that now is a great time to do a reading. So we're gonna do another reading right here for you today. And we're gonna see what Spirit has to say to you at this time. Sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, and enjoy. Okay, so let's see what planet we're working with right now. What planet are we working with? We're working with Venus. Alright, so you're hot. You're hot mofo. You're hot motherfucker. Hot. Okay, ninth house. Higher learning, wisdom, relationships. Something about the ninth house. So you're like intuitive. You know a lot of things and you use your knowledge. Maybe you're a sapiosexual. You like how people think. You're really involved in how people think and what they think about, and you want to know what people think about. But it's really because you have such an advanced mind. It's how you relate to other people. Okay, Virgo, Venus in the ninth house. Okay. So I feel like you're very particular about your mate and who you exchange energy with. You're not, you don't just exchange energy with anybody. And I feel like this is both a blessing and a curse for you, because sometimes you feel like you're disconnected from the world, and other times you feel like it's a good thing that you're disconnected from the world, but it's also like one of those things that maybe makes you feel a little bit lonely. Okay, I'm getting one of these in my mind's eye. Which one? This one. Okay, and so I feel like there's like sort of a blessing and a curse going on. You're isolated or you're alone, and you sort of like your alone time, but you also learn a lot from being in relationships with other people. And so I feel like maybe you're sort of at that point now where you're ready to attract somebody to help teach you a lesson. But maybe I don't know if it's lessons necessarily. It could just be that you're ready for somebody to come in, okay? Claim your power, the tiger. Ooh. So you're like, So there's a ferocity to you. A ferocity. You have, okay, so I feel like the lesson has been learned. You've learned enough through other relationships that you know your boundaries now, and you know exactly who you want to attract going forward. And so now you're sort of, you don't really care if anybody is here or not. You don't care if you have somebody here or you don't have somebody here, and you're willing to wait for the right person to come around if that needs to be the case. You're saying, Spirit, I'm ready I'm ready, but I will be very discerning. So if you bring me somebody who I don't like one little thing about them, I will not be with them, okay? Root, solar, and sacral. Plexus. Radiance and healing. Root, sacral, and solar plexus. Radiance and healing. Don't worry, be happy, one love. I don't think, it's like Spirit wants to let you know that they're bringing you somebody soon. Or, I don't even know. I feel like you're ready for the right person. You're ready for the right one, but you're not necessarily, it's like you're very discerning. So if somebody comes along and they got one thing wrong with them or one thing that you don't like, you're not worried about it. You're just going to be happy. You're going to be in your own energy. It's one love, sending them light and love and healing, but you're going to wait. But it's not necessarily a waiting energy that I'm getting. It's more of like I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to love myself. And if somebody so happens to stumble on my path, then somebody so happens to stumble on my path. And that's going to be it. Okay? That's going to be it. I feel like in the past you have thought a lot about relationships and bringing somebody in, because you do learn a lot from being in a relationship, and you would learn a lot from somebody coming in and the right person coming in. And so maybe you're sitting here and you're like, okay, Spirit, I have discernment. I'm not going to accept lowlifes or losers or anything like that right now. I'm just going to, I'll love them from a distance or whatever, but I'm not going to accept that in my life, and I want the right person. I want to learn, okay? King of Swords in reverse. Yeah. You're being very discerning, okay? People might be making you out to be the villain because of your discerning nature and how many, like, you have high standards, and so people are getting, I feel like you're triggering people, okay? People are like a little bit triggered from your standards. They're like, whoa, what makes them so good? What makes them so great? Like, why do they think that they can have such high standards? Who do they think they are is what I'm getting, okay? So you got people, you're triggering people. You're triggering people's emotional centers, especially their root, solar, and sacral centers here. And you got options. I feel like you got a lot of options, okay? And people are sort of mad about that. You got somebody in their feelings about the amount of options you have. You could have a little bit of evil eye going on because somebody wants you bad, okay? Somebody really wants you in their energy. Yeah, I feel like somebody doesn't like your standards. They're like, oh, they think they're so good. They think they're so good. Why do you like the collective if you're saying this about them? Clearly they like you. Clearly they want to be with you. But I don't think that you want to be with them. Okay? And so maybe a little bit of evil eye surrounding your relationships. Is this getting, like, what's going on? King of Pentacles in reverse. You got people mad. You got people trying to give you money. You got people coming in with offers for you, opportunities for you, maybe even business opportunities for you, and you're rejecting them. You've been rejecting them. You're claiming your power. And you're not worried about it because you know that you got a lover coming in. Okay? You got faith that a lover is coming in. Oh, because you've been through it already. You've already been through the hardships of relationships. I mean, Virgo, Venus, you've been through it. Ninth house, you've learned lessons. Relationships they've been how you've gotten activated. They've been how you've gotten triggered, and how you might be a retired crash out. You might have crashed out on a couple of your people that you've been in relationships with, but that taught you things, and now you're claiming your power. You're no longer letting yourself be in these codependent situations, okay? And I feel like there's that waiting energy. It's not necessarily waiting, but you are going to focus on you until the right person comes around. All right? Page of Pentacles. I'm going to ring that bell one more time here. Page of Pentacles. What's that? Page of Cups. Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Okay, so you might have somebody coming in, or many people coming in. You got older people coming in who are a little bit salty and in their feelings about your standards. You also have options from younger people who are younger than you. And you might be more akin to the younger folk because they're more open and malleable, and they have, you can't really teach an old dog new tricks, but you can, sort of work with and grow with a younger individual. And so you might be attracting younger individuals at this time. Okay? You're hanging out with spirit regardless, okay? And you're going to wait till spirit gives you the command. You're going to wait until there is a very poignant and pinpointed synchronicity to tell you who it is. And that's what spirit wants you to do, okay? Because I see you rejecting people left and right because you haven't gotten a sign from spirit about them. And so you're telling them, nope, not yet. And spirit is saying to you, nope, not yet, not yet. Wait till we give you a sign. There's something stumbling over words right now. Wait till we give you a sign, okay? Wait till we give you a sign. We're still working on some stuff. We got them working on some stuff. We got you working on some stuff. We want you to be in the right place at the right time when you meet this person. So wait for our sign, okay? Wait for us is what they're saying to you. We got two cards sort of stuck together here. Look at this. They're stuck together. Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles together, okay? So you might have, see, what I'm picking up from this is there's a vision. They're wanting you to create a vision, okay? And make sure that you're giving what you want in return in your relationships. I'm seeing that you're very grounded, you're very connected to your heart, okay? You're willing to give. You're willing to give a lot of your energy away. So you have to protect that heart. You got to protect yourself from over giving to the wrong people. Now, if you give to somebody who wants to give back to you, it can be a very harmonious and incredible relationship, really, where you grow together. You feed them, they feed you. Okay, but just recognize that you are a giver and you give a lot of energy. Okay, lots of pentacles coming out. You might have a little bit of, I don't know, I feel like there's a little bit of, there's a relaxed energy that I'm feeling here. Okay, and a collective effort. What's the collective effort? Why are you telling me collective effort? Collective effort for what? The body is healing itself. Quantum activation. You're healing your body. You're healing old wounds. They are healing their wounds as well. Whoever your person is, they're already on the way. Spirit is working on them just as much as Spirit is working on you. I feel like they're younger than you. Okay? They're younger than you. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, what's that about? The Hierophant in reverse. Okay. So you are breaking out of the rat race. What does that mean? What does that have to do with love, Spirit? Claiming your power? Yeah, see, you're not focused. That's the waiting energy. It's not waiting. It's that you are currently breaking out of the mold. You're breaking out of confusion. You're bringing in clarity. You're recognizing who you are, your power on this planet, and what your mission is here on this earth. And when you're doing that, as you're doing that, Spirit is working on this relationship. Okay? Now I feel like you've had your share of negative relationships, Virgo, Venus, okay? They've taught you a lot of lessons, 9th house. But what else is going on? 7th house. There we go. So this is definitely about a relationship coming in. And see, this is like the subconscious process. This is on the back burner. You're probably not even focused on a relationship right now. You're focused on whatever this purpose is that you've been imbued with, but you may not even know what that purpose is yet or how that purpose is going to manifest itself into reality. All you know is that you want to do something and you've decided to do it. You may not know how that's going to happen, but you know that you're going to do it and you've been working on it. Casting your vision, daydreaming about it, dreaming about it, getting messages about it. Okay? Sagittarius, you've been freeing your mind. Spirit wants to tell you, free your mind. Okay? The business or maybe your purpose, it could be a business, it could not be a business, but your purpose is distracting you from the lover. And when you focus on the lover, it's distracting you from your purpose. And so when you're distracted is when your vibration naturally rises in those areas and you automatically get what you are wanting to manifest. The how will come in those moments of distraction, in those moments of being fully engulfed in the present moment. And so this is why they're sort of telling you about this lover. When you're thinking about the lover, the business or the purpose expands. When you're thinking about the purpose, the lover expands and is healed. When you're thinking about your body, both of those things expand. When you're thinking about both of those things, your body heals itself. And so you have healing going on in all of these different areas because you're focused on gratitude, I feel. Uranus. You might be focused on Uranus, okay? I feel like, yeah, there's like a roundabout way. The solution that you think is the solution probably isn't. The way that you're thinking about something is probably going to be solved through an alternate way of thinking. Like when you're thinking about something else, when you're focused on your goals, something's going to come up with love. When you're focused on your love, something's going to come up with goals. Something will click when you're not thinking about it. Okay? And I feel like it's going to happen in a bunch of different areas all at once, like multiple connections happening, synchronicities, this catharsis moment, satori, like automatic and immediate awakening, all of a sudden, because you'll be so engulfed in every little thing, small steps, big accomplishments. I see you're really starting to make a mark on the world, okay? And it starts now, and it starts with just the simple tasks, okay? The very simple tasks. Very, very simple tasks. That's what it is, okay? Guilt, you're releasing guilt, okay? In reverse, traveling, in reverse. And completion, you're moving away from guilt, okay? Maybe somebody's moving away from you, or you're moving away from somebody who is making you feel guilty. Moving away from these ideas in your head that were causing you to feel guilty for no reason. There's no reason for you to think those things. All right? No reason. Listen to the words, but feel the energy. Feel the energy. Siddhis, gifts, powers unlocked. I'm telling you, I feel like it's not that spirit is breadcrumbing in a good way. Spirit is breadcrumbing you in a good way. They're putting the breadcrumbs in front of you. And as so long as you just eat those breadcrumbs, you're going to find that you're on the right path, okay? Your gifts are being unlocked. Relax and let go of the result. Relax. Let go, okay? I feel like that's sort of what Spirit is guiding you to. That's why you're feeling like drawn in these different directions, because Spirit is slowly untangling you from your past distortions and from the current distortions and from the choices, because you have so many. You have so many ways to go, so many directions to head in, so many ways to figure it out. Like, you know how to do things. And so you're trying to figure out how you do things. And Spirit's like, no, we're untangling you. We're bringing you more into alignment, okay? Your words are matching your thoughts, are matching your actions. We're aligning you in multiple different ways that you don't see right now. But in the future, you're going to recognize, oh my goodness, that was the synchronicity. That's what Spirit was doing. And see, right now, you're in the process, okay? A journey, either physical or mental. You're on it. You're in the carriage. Once you get out, you'll know where you came from and what happened and how it went. But you're in there right now. There might be a little bit bumpy. You might be looking out the window and seeing stuff and trying to come up with plans, but you got to sit tight until that carriage gets to the destination. Once that carriage gets to the destination, then you can start doing your work, okay? But sit tight, relax, okay? Relax in all of these different areas. The more you can just let Spirit guide you and sort of untangle you from all of this stuff, which it's already doing, the better you're going to be off, okay? I love you. I'm going to leave this one right there. Get out of here.